Alright, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. And in today's episode, I wanted to talk more on some sneaker stuff. I actually wanted to talk on, being your own sneakerhead, because I think I might have talked on this before. If I felt I have a good 90, there's a good 90% chance I've talked on this before. But no, I just wanted to overall talk on it again, because there's people out there where they're like, you might have just became a sneakerhead, you might have just been recently getting into sneakers, and you need that, not so much as advice, but you just need that guidance on what type of sneakerhead you should be. And the thing is that you should be whatever sneakerhead you want to be. There's people out there that want to get, only the retro Jordans. They only get retro Jordans, and they call it a day. That's not fun. The thing is this. If I were to only get retro Jordans, I wouldn't even have, a good, 70-80% of the shoes that I have. Probably not even that. Probably a good 90%. I don't even have too many retro Jordans. If it is retro Jordans, it's Jordans that's, not even so much as because there's, alright, so to explain retro Jordans, so there's the retros that he actually played them back when he was active in basketball, or at least a player in basketball, because now he's an owner. But no, when he was a player, there's the one shoes I always talk about that a lot, the Bread 11s. I think when it was his, because he had three different runs in the NBA. He had his first initial run, then he retired, played baseball for a little bit, came back, won three more championships, then he retired again, came back, and there's these one gray Jordans, and I think everybody knows about those. I've talked on those before, the cool gray 11s. And he played in those. So there's that time frame, and I think everybody, they more so talk on the Mike Chicago Bulls Jordan, that era of sneakers. And they talk always, and people always want to get those. They want to get the bread ones, or the original ones, or bread fours, or cement threes. What are some other Jordans? Infrared sixes. I'm trying to think of some other ones. And then, of course, Concord 11, Bread 11, Flu Game 12s. I'm trying to think. I don't even know if he had any 13s that stood out. I think there was, some 14s that had stood out. But other than that, it was bro, I don't want just those Jordans. I want the shoes that I like. For an example, there's a pair of shoes that I got coming in. It's the Jordan 2 tray, I think. And, those shoes, if you look those up, there's this bread colorway that looks I hadn't felt this way about a shoe, since the Bread 11s. I'm trying to think, what shoes was I, because I remember when I got the cool grays, I was I spent a lot of money on the cool grays, but it wasn't a shoe that, stood out to me. I was alright, cool, I got them, but it wasn't how I felt when I finally had purchased me a pair of Bread 11s. I was happy, the thing, and that's the thing, because it's a shoe that I want. If there are shoes out there, and there's been times where I've bought shoes because I know I'm gonna make a YouTube video of them, or at least talk about them on my podcast. And I need to start doing that more often, talking about shoes on here. But no, overall, I know I'm gonna wear the shoes, I guess, to inform people before they buy the shoe. Okay, this is how this shoe feels, blah blah blah. Just overall informing people and letting people know, because the thing is this, I've been in this situation, and that's another reason why I'll buy, if I buy a shoe and it's not a particular shoe that I like, and you can tell, in some videos I've done where it's I've bought in shoes, I'm I got these, this is the only colorway that's available, but it usually, sometimes, with those shoes, they do grow on me. There's been times where I've bought in shoes, didn't really like them at first, but then I found myself wearing them a lot. Actually, fun fact, there's the Concord 11s. I didn't even like Air Jordan 11s at first. I remember when I very first seen the Air Jordan 11s, I was these look like bowling shoes. These look like some high performance bowling shoes. And I'm and I do not see myself buying a pair of 11s. Next thing you know, I remember I seen them in the store, and I was and the funny thing is, I regretted buying those shoes so much, but I feel like it was one of those like good regrets. Like it's like only good things is gonna come out of this, and sure enough, it did. I wore those shoes all the time when I was working in Seattle, because those shoes, I think the last time Concord 11s had released was back in 2018. So I remember I was wearing those shoes when it was raining outside. I was wearing those shoes when just in almost every weather condition possible. Of course, like when it's sunny and things. Even when it was snowing outside, one time I wore those shoes. But it's a shoe that I like. You know, it's like if shoes grow onto you, they grow onto you and stuff. And that's, you know, sometimes like with sneakers, like they'll do that. But no, that's like getting back to what I was saying. It's like you should always get a shoe that you're going to like. You know, you should never get a shoe, or just never get a shoe because the crowd's getting that shoe, or if a bunch of people come out and say, oh, that shoe is ugly, nobody don't like those, all that stuff. Like, no, there's been times I've talked with people and they're all like, oh, I don't like those types of shoes, I don't like those are just, you know, my thing is this, I'm like, look, that's on you. I'm going to get the shoes that I like. You know, at the end of the day, I am using my money to get these shoes and stuff. So, no, but like I said, like, no, there's been, it wasn't too long ago. I was chilling with one of my friends, and he was talking on, like, how he don't like Yeezys that much. And I'm like, bro, like, have you tried the Quantum Yeezys? Or even, what was these other ones I got? I think they were the 700s. But no, it's like, bro, I freaking love, there's some Yeezys out there that I love. The Quantums, I do love the Quantums. These, I think they're the they're the 700s. Those are nice. I just recently, I also got me a pair of the Yeezy 380s. Those are nice. What are the 350s? Those are chill too. I'm trying to think. Do I have any other pair? Those are the only pair of Yeezys I have. I have two pairs of Quantums. Because, no, so the reason why I have two pairs of Quantums is because they had the casual edition, and then they had the basketball edition. In the basketball edition, alright, so I think the reason why they came out with two different versions, and I'm like, the shoe is still the same. I don't think you guys fully understand, like, because so there's this back part of the shoe that's very reflective, and I guess they said that like reflective shoes are banned in the NBA, and both of those shoes are like identical. I think I need to find that picture, but I had took a picture of those shoes like literally side by side, and that back reflective part, it's literally the same thing. So I'm like, I don't know what Kanye was thinking about when he did that and stuff, but yeah, bro, I'm like, no, them shoes, it's the same. There ain't nothing different with those shoes, but I like them though. I like them. I like both of the pairs, because there was like the one pair that I got was these gray pairs. I don't really wear them as much outside anymore, because I remember I wore them when it snowed outside and I dirtied them up pretty badly. So I'm like, I kind of, you know, I'm like waiting. I need to like, that's honestly what I need to do. I think next time I go to Foot Locker, or not Foot Locker, but Champs. I'm gonna get some of the shoe cleaning stuff, because I was like, yeah, that I feel like that's needed. You know, you definitely, that's one thing about being a sneakerhead. It's like you definitely gonna have to make sure that you get some shoe cleaning stuff, and I think that's why some of the shoes, I haven't really been wearing them a whole lot lately, because I was like, yeah, I ain't got no shoe cleaning. So I was like, I had like these like wipes. You just kind of like go against the shoe and things, and yeah, I was like, I need more of those. I just need like a whole cleaning supply of for my shoes and stuff, because I was like, there are some where I'm like, they're somewhat dirty and things, but anyways, but no, like the thing is, like, it's not that I don't like retros, getting back on that conversation. It's just that retros, there are at times where there's certain retro shoes that they look nice and I will 100% buy them. But there's at times where I've seen other shoes that are not retros, where it's like a brand new colorway of Jordans, and they stood out more, because like that was like one of the first memories I have of me buying Jordans, was that they had like a pair of like these retro Royal ones, and then they had these one mids. Now, if I would have known of like, you know, like the differences between like retro, like the OG high tops and mids and low tops and all that stuff, I probably would have gotten the Royal blues, because there's like, yeah, they had like a pair of like the Royal, well, like Royal, I think that's like what blue is in like sneaker talk and stuff. So anyways, regardless, but no, I seen a pair of Royal ones, and then there's these paint splattered Royal ones, and those are like the first pair of like Jordans that I had bought for myself, like besides like the ones that my parents would buy me. Like those are like the ones that I bought with my own money that I earned and stuff. So anyways, bought them. didn't realize the history of the other shoes and didn't realize how like big and bad those shoes were, like comparing to the mids. Like no, the Royal Ones, like in sneaker talk, yeah, Royal Ones are always gonna win because they're retros. Those are like the they're not original pairs, but they are, like they're pretty high up there in the sneaker talk and stuff. Like they're called Royals for a reason. But anyways, no, but I like the mids because those were like they had like that paint splatter colorway, and I was like, I still got those shoes, and I still like how they look. Because I'm like, no, it's shoes that stood out. Like me, I like shoes that stand out. I like shoes where if people find them ugly, people find they just don't like them and they hate them. Like those shoes, the paint splattered ones, they were sitting on the shelves for a while. Even those Royal Blues, they probably didn't even have them in my size now thinking about it. Because I'm like, no, like usually if you see a pair of Jordans, and especially a nice pair of Jordans too, it's always going to be like a size 7 or a size 8 or something. So if there's ever a time where you see a pair of Jordans and you're all like, hey, like, T, real quick, are these like some, don't, actually, what, no, don't even do that. Because I feel like a lot of people, it's like, if I know you, but it's like, or tweet me or something, but I feel like people, they get the messaging you about stuff and they be blowing up. I'm like, oh, don't even do all that, alright? So, but anyways, because no, I was talking on that not too long ago. It was like I'll talk, that'll probably be like a separate episode and things, but it's like, don't annoy your friends. But anyways, but no, like I like the mids that I got. I was like, I bought them over the because so the thing is with both of those shoes, so they were pretty much like identical. The only difference is that they were one was mid tops, the other one were high tops. And but it was like, the thing is though, like I honestly should like hold those shoes side by side with each other, because mid tops and high tops, there isn't much of a difference. Like mid tops almost look like high tops. I think that there's like the back part of it, like where the ankle is at, it's kind of dipped down a little bit, but that's it. Like it's just like what, a little extra material that's not added to the shoe. But anyways. No, but there's other time, and then also the paint splatter too. So there was like, it looked like somebody had kind of like just took their hand, dipped it in some like orange and red paint, and just kind of like flicked it all across the shoe. Saw that and was like, bruh, that was like, those are the first pair of Jordans I ever bought, and I was like, man, like, no, I like this. I'm like, this feels nice. This feels, comfortable. I'm like, finally getting me a pair of shoes where I'm like, it ain't shoes, because see, the thing is like, like growing up, I never was really into shoes, and then it's like the time progressed on, it was like, you making your own money, you might have like some extra, few dollars sitting around, and then it's like, oh, okay, find yourself in a Foot Locker or a Champs, and you're like, alright, I think I'm gonna go ahead and get these shoes real quick. So, but yeah, it's like, the thing is like, that's, what about like being your own sneakerhead, is that you get the shoes that you like. You don't get the shoes that other people like. Because no, that's the one thing about getting the shoes that you like. People, you'll be walking out in public, because no, there were these like Florida based Air Jordan 1s that came out a while back. And I remember I bought them. I was like, no, those shoes look nice. I like those. And so I think there was like the South Beach ones. I think that's what they call them. Or like South Beach 1 mids or something like that. But anyways, so was wearing them. I think I was walking to the bus stop. I remember I was in Seattle. But anyways, walking down the street. I kid you not. Homie had stopped me, okay? He had stopped me. He put his hand out and he said, pause. Wait a minute. He literally started complimenting my shoes in the most aggressive way. And that's the thing where it's like, aggressive compliments are the best compliments. Of like something that comes like, because it's a compliment that comes from the heart. This dude literally looked me dead in my face and he was all like, I ain't gonna say because, because kids can be listening. But he did say some explicit words. But he was like, them MFs are nice. And I'm like, I appreciate that. He's like asking me where did I get them? I'm sitting there giving him a whole tour guide of like Washington State on where to get these shoes and stuff. But nah, man, it's like, it's stuff like that. Or what was the one pair of shoes was I wearing? I can't remember if it was these Vapor Max or if it was the Air Max 270s. But I think it might have been the Air Max 270s. No, I think it was the Air Max 270s because no, there was the guy that was that complimented me. He was wearing a pair of Vapor Maxes, and I remember I think it was that next day I went and got me a pair of Vapor Maxes and stuff. Cause like no, I think I was looking at them and I didn't get them, and I ended up getting the Air Max 270s because those shoes had just came out. So, anyways, and it's crazy to see how many people are wearing those shoes. That Air Max, if you guys look up Air Max 270s, I promise you, you have seen at least 5 people in just at 24. If you go out in public, all right, go to a mall, I guarantee you're going to see at least 3 to 5 people wearing a pair of Air Max 270s. All right, go to your local mall and just look, okay? Look up Air Max 270s, get a good idea, and it's probably going to be either like all the black and white ones or the all red ones. Those are like the 2 ones that I kept seeing back and forth and things. I'm like, man, like everybody loves those shoes and stuff. So, but anyways, no, I remember I was wearing those shoes. This guy is on the phone walking down the street. He literally put his conversation, he didn't like say like, oh, hold on for a second. No, he probably halfway through that person's sentence, he put his phone on his shoulder, looked at me and said, those shoes are nice. And I'm like, bruh, people are literally stopping phone conversations to come. Then there was another time, I think, what shoes was I wearing? I think I was wearing my utility Air Forces. It was like these like green Air Forces, and this guy was on his bike. He looked at me, or he's on his bike riding it down the street. This guy like points at my shoes. He's pointing at my shoes and gave me a thumbs up. And I'm like, I got even like vehicular compliments and stuff. Like I'm telling you, get the shoes that you like, because let's say, like, you know, people are going to still compliment you if you have like a pair of like retro Jordans, but it's like, it's going to be a conversation that you're expecting. You're like, oh wow, you got like a pair of the Bread 11s, or you got a pair of those shoes, or you got a pair, but it's like everybody's going to have a pair of those shoes, you know, or I mean, like, if they don't, but it's like they're going to at least know what those shoes are because they either seen Jordan play in them or they know about the hype with those shoes. But to get like, you know, to have like a pair of shoes that like Jordan hasn't even worn them, he probably hasn't even seen them with all the different colorways that man got coming out with different shoes. He probably hadn't even seen them. But anyways, if he I feel like I'll say that, then they're like, then all of a sudden you'll see some posts all like Jordan has worn every pair of Jordans that's ever existed, you know, like so. But anyways, but no, it's like, it's dope getting a compliment from a shoe that nobody don't know about. So like, yeah, with those South Beach ones or the Air Max 270s, because the Air Max 270s had just came out when that dude had complimented them, so he might not have. Oh, and then there was the one, so there was like the Air Max 97, like Vapor Max. So they came out with like a collaboration shoe. And so the upper was like an Air Max 97. And then the bottom had that Vapor Max part. I remember I was in Starbucks. I was waiting for them to make me a double smoked bacon sandwich. And I seen this lady in the corner of my eye just staring at me. And I'm kind of looking at her. I'm like, okay, that's weird. I'm like, it's like I'm in Seattle. So I'm like, there are a lot of weird people around and stuff. But so anyways, I think I took my headphones off and I was just looking. I was just like, hi. I'm like, it's like, what's the issue? I'm like, what did I do? Like, because I'm like, I highly doubt she knew me from somewhere. I'm like, not even to sound rude, but it's like she looked older than me. So I'm like, I highly doubt you was a teacher. Because she don't look like she was like old enough to be a teacher, but she didn't look young enough to be like somebody that I went to school with. Like, she was like right in that like mid-range. So I'm like, I don't know. Maybe she seen me somewhere. I'm like, I highly doubt she knows me from YouTube and things. That would have been honestly a crazy conversation. She was like, aren't you TMoss? I'm like, I don't even know how I would have responded to that. I'm like, it would have been dope, but no. But anyway, she was checking out my shoes. And then I kid you not, she asked me, can you like what, I don't think, did she ask me to like pose my, I don't think she asked me to pose my, no, but she did ask for a picture. She was like, can I take a picture of your shoe real quick? I literally had to stick my foot out so she can take a picture of my shoe. And I'm like, wow. Like, it probably still to this day, that woman's all like, man, like, cause I think that's what it was. She was all like, I think her husband was really into shoes. So, so she was like, she wanted to like take a picture of them and send it to him and stuff, or show him or whatever and things. And I'm like, it's honestly, like I'm telling you guys, like being a sneakerhead, It has its benefits. It really has its benefits because I'm like, you're getting compliments left and right. I had somebody, I was in the store and a guy like walked up from behind me and it was these pine green ones, but it was like this, like it was like a black and green because they got like two pairs of pine green ones. So you got like these white, green, and black ones, and then they got like the black and well, actually I think those ones got white on them too, but it's the midsole part that has white on them. But it's like the upper part of it is green and black, and then the midsole is white, and then the bottom is it green? I think it's green. Is it green? I gotta look at those shoes again. I honestly don't remember, but that's how like that. I feel like that's a flaw. Like when you have so many shoes, you tend to forget what shoes that you've had and what colors or where the colors were at or how they looked and things. Because there's been times where I pulled out shoes. I'm like, how those shoes look again? Hold on, let me see real quick. And then on top of that, shoes like I'm telling you, like they are pricey. They are extremely pricey, especially if you go on a reselling website or a reselling store. Oh, I try to avoid that. I'm trying to think. I went last time I went to a reselling. Yeah, it was to get these reflective Air Jordan 5s. And I remember, then the reflective shoes. Oh my, like, I don't know how many people said like the shoes was bright. I actually made a coworker, I kid you not, I made a coworker at my old job hit his head on the locker because he was so distracted by my shoes. And I'm like, homie, you good? Like, dang, I was like, I didn't realize the shoes were that much of a distraction. So I'm trying to think, was that like, I think that was like one of the last, no, actually, I'd say no, I remember I wore those shoes again one time after, because that was like after, the pandemic had started, and I remember wearing those shoes again, so... Yeah, man, shoes are nice at times, and then, but it's like, overall, at the end of the day, it's like, it's all about being your own sneakerhead. It's like, don't listen to the hype of other people and what they say. If you want to get you a pair of, like, Nikes at Famous Footwear or something, go, if it's what you want to get, if it's what you like, do that. If you want to get the shoe that's been sitting on the shelf for like, freaking months, get them shoes. If you want to get, because it was like just recently I got these two pairs of Adidas, and both of those Adidas, it's like they call them like Adidas Top 10 high. And they're, it's like for high top and things, but no, they look like, honestly, they're like the most retro looking shoe, but they are the most cleanest looking shoe ever. Like, I got like a pair that's like white and black, and then I got another pair that's red and black, and I'm like, both of those shoes are so nice looking. But anyways, but no, it's like, that's what it's always about. It's like getting what you like. You get what you like. I don't see how you possibly can fail with, being a sneakerhead and stuff. So, anyways, and that being said, I will talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. If you're viewing this on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe. And if you're viewing this on a podcast streaming service, make sure you follow or subscribe, however it's set up. Make sure you subscribe to one of my 43 YouTube channels. Follow me on Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, and Instagram at TMossBoss, and make sure you follow my Facebook page at TMossBoss fan page. Also, if you're purchasing any tickets from SeatGeek, make sure you use my promo code TMossBoss. It will knock $20 off your first purchase. Thank you guys for watching and or listening, and peace.